Welcome to the constitutional law class. Today we are detailed discussion about the state legislature. Articles 168 to 2212 deals with the state legislature. Here, bicameral or unicameral legislature, the constitution provides for a legislature for every state in the union. The legislature of every state consists of the governor and houses or houses. The legislatures in the state are either bicameral, consisting of two houses, or unicameral, consisting of one house. The legislature in Bihar, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh is bicameral. In the remaining state of legislature is unicameral, consisting of only one house. That is the Legislative Assembly, Article 168. Creation and abolition of Legislative Council. Under Article 169, Parliament may by law provide for the abolition of Legislative Council in a state where it already exists, and also for the creation of such a council in a state where such a council does not exist. If the Legislative Assembly of the state passes a resolution to that effect by a majority of the total membership of the Assembly and by a majority of not less than two-thirds of the members of the Assembly present and voting, no such law making provision for the creation and abolition of the Legislative Council shall be deemed to be an amendment of the Constitution, and therefore it can be passed like an ordinary piece of legislation under Article 168 Clause B. Composition of the Houses. Legislative Assembly. It is called Vidhan Sabha. The Legislative Assembly in a state is popular house. The minimum number of seats of the Legislative Assembly is fixed at 60 and the maximum number is fixed at 500. The members of the Legislative Assemblies are chosen directly by the people on the basis of adult franchise from territorial constitutions in the state under Article 170 Clause 1. The representation in the House is on the basis of population in respect of each territorial constituency in the state. The population is to be ascertained at the last preceding census. After the completion of each census, the number of seats in Legislative Assembly of each state and the division of each state into territorial constituencies is to be readjusted by such authority and in such manner as Parliament by law determine. The 42nd Amendment has amended Article 170 and added a new explanation which provides that the number of seats in the state assemblies will be determined on the basis of 1971 census and will be frozen till the year 2000. The Constitution 84th Amendment Act 2001 proposes for the figures 2000, the figures 2026. The expression population for this purpose means the population as determined on basis of 1991 census. In the Legislative Assembly of every state, seats will be reserved for the scheduled tribes and scheduled castes on the basis of population under Article 332. And also, if the governor of a state is of opinion that the Anglo-Indian community is not adequately represented in the Legislative Assembly, he may nominate such a member of the community to the Assembly as he considers appropriate under Article 333. Tenure. The normal tenure of the Legislative Assembly of every state is of 5 years, but it may be dissolved earlier by the Governor, Article 172. During the proclamation of emergency, the life of the Assembly may be extended by an Act of Parliament for a period of 1 year at a time, but in no case beyond a period of 6 months after the proclamation has ceased to operate. Article 172. And next, Legislative Council or Vidhan Parishad. The total number of members in the Legislative Council of a state having such a council shall not exceed 1/3 of the total number of members in the Legislative Assembly of that state. But the total number of members in the Legislative Council of a state shall in no case be less than 40. Parliament may by law provide for the composition of the Legislative Council. Until Parliament passes such a law, the composition of the Legislative Council shall be as follows. Of total number of members in the Legislative Council of a state, 1/3 are to be elected by electorates consisting of members of municipalities, district boards, and other local authorities in the state as parliament by law specify. Second point, 1/12 are to be elected by electorates consisting of graduates of 3 years standing residing in the state. And the next, 1/12 are to be elected by electorate consisting of persons who have been teaching for at least 10 years, 3 years in education institution, not lower in standard than secondary school. 1/3 are to be elected by the members of the Legislative Assembly of the state from amongst persons who are not members of the Assembly. The remainder, that is 1/6, are to be nominated by the governor from persons having special knowledge or practical experience in respect of such matters as literature, science, art, cooperative movement, and social service. Tenure. The Legislative Council is not subject to dissolution, but after every 2 years, 1/3 of its members retire, like the Rajya Sabha in the center. It is a permanent body. Qualifications. A person to be qualified to be chosen as a member in the state legislature must be a citizen of India and makes and subscribes before some persons authorized by the Election Commission on oath or affirmation prescribed in third schedule. Must not less than 25 years of age in the case of Legislative Assembly and not less than 30 years in case of the Legislative Council. Must possess such other qualification as may be prescribed by Parliament by law under Article 173. Disqualifications. A person disqualified for being chosen as a member of the Legislature of State if he holds any office forfeit under the central or state government, if he is of unsound mind, if he is an undischarged insolvent, if he is not a citizen of India or has voluntarily acquired the citizenship of a foreign state or is under any acknowledgement or allegiance or adherence of foreign state, if he is so disqualified by or under any law of parliament. The necessary qualification and disqualifications are prescribed by Parliament in the Representation of the People's Act 1951. Article 190 deals with the disqualifications incurred by a member after he has been elected as a member. It says that no one can be a member of both houses of the legislature of a state or a member of the legislature of two or more states at the same time. Disqualifications and the sessions of the state legislature. According to under Article 174, the governor shall from time to time summon a house of the legislature to meet at such time and place as he thinks fit. But 6 months should not intervene between its last sitting in one session and the date appointed for its sitting in the next session. This means that the assembly must meet at least twice a year and not more than 6 months must elapse between two sessions. The governor may from time to time prorogue the house or either houses under Article 174 Clause 2. But where there is a prorogation of the house, the new session must be called within 6 months. It is not necessary for the governor to summon or prorogue the two houses of the legislature together. The governor may dissolve the legislative assembly of a state under Article 174 Clause 2. In case of dissolution and prorogation, the governor can exercise his discretion to some extent. His discretion is non-justiciable and cannot be challenged even on the ground of malafide. Under Article 175, the governor has the right to address either house of the legislature of a state or both houses assembled together. He may send a message to the houses or house of the legislature in respect of a bill pending in the legislature or otherwise. When a message is sent, it is the duty of the House to consider any matter required by the message to be taken into consideration. At the commencement of the first session after each general election of the Legislative Assembly and also at the commencement of the first session of each year, the governor shall address the Legislative Assembly or both houses assembled together if a state has two houses and inform the legislature of the causes of its summons under Article 176. Article 175 and 176 are exactly similar to those of Articles 86 and 87 relating to the functions of the President. Thus, the position of the Governor in relation to state legislature is the same as that of the President in relation to Parliament. Speaker and Deputy Speaker. The Speaker is the chief presiding officer of the Legislative Assembly of a state. He is elected by the members of the Assembly from their own members. The Assembly elects the Deputy Speaker also from its own members under Article 178. The Deputy Speaker performs the duties of the Speaker when the Speaker is absent or while the office of the Speaker is vacant. But if the office of the Deputy Speaker is also vacant, the duties of the office of the Speaker are performed by such member of the Assembly as the government may appoint for the purpose. Both Speaker and Deputy Speaker vacate their offices when they cease to be members of the Assembly. They may also resign from their offices. They can be removed from their offices by the resolution of the Assembly passed by a majority of all the members of the Assembly under Article 180 Clause 1. For moving such resolution, 14 days notice is required under Article 171. The Speaker does not vacate his office on the dissolution of the Assembly. He continues in office until a new Speaker is elected before the new House meets. Powers and functions of Speaker. The position, duties and powers of the Speaker of a state legislature are the same as those of the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Once elected to this high office, he has to be above party politics. The Speaker is an impartial and independent presiding officer. The importance of his office can be seen from the functions and performance powers he exercises to ensure that the proper decorum in the Assembly. He presides over the meetings of the House and regulates proceedings of the House. He is vested with disciplinary powers comparable with those of the Speaker of the House of Commons. He maintains decorum in the House during debates. He interprets the rules of the Assembly and decides all points of order and questions of procedure. As such, he can ask a member to withdraw from the House for any violation of the rules of the House. He can suspend him for the whole session if a member disregards the authority and rulings of the chair. He can adjourn or suspend the session of the House in case of grave disorder. He certifies whether a bill is a money bill or not. His rulings on the above points are final and cannot be challenged in the court of law. In short, the Speaker is the custodian of the dignity of the House and an impartial arbitrator in its proceedings. It cannot be refused that the Speaker of a legislature in India is vested with the same powers are enjoyed by the Speaker of the House of Commons in England. It is submitted that the legality or illegality of the governor's choice for a person for chief ministership cannot be decided by the Speaker. It is the House only which can decide by majority whether a person called by the governor as a chief minister commands the majority of the House or not. The Supreme Court also disapproved the action of the speakers in these states. In Satpal Dang versus State of Punjab, the court declared the ruling of the Speaker as illegal and null and void because it was beyond his powers. Likewise, A.K. Maldhagan versus the Governor, the Madras High Court held that adjournment by the Speaker was not a proper and bona fide exercise of the power of adjournment. The question whether a ministry enjoys the confidence of the majority can be tested only on the floor of the Assembly itself. Chairman and Deputy Chairman of Legislative Council. Article 182, 183, 184 and 195 deals with the Chairman and Deputy Chairman of the Legislative Councils. The Legislative Council of each state elects its Chairman and Deputy Chairman from among its own members, like the Vice President and the Rajya Sabha. The Governor is not the ex officio Chairman of the Legislative Council. Like the Speaker and Deputy Speaker, the Chairman and Deputy Chairman may resign their offices, vacate their offices when they cease to be members of the Council, and may be removed from their office. Provisions regarding their powers and functions are similar to those of the Council of States in the Centre. The office of the Legislative Assembly and the Legislative Council are paid such salary and allowances as may be fixed by the legislature of the state by law under Article 186. Procedure. Legislative procedure under Article 196. The procedure of legislation in a state legislature is broadly similar to that of Parliament under Article 107. All bills except a money bill or a financial bill may originate in either house of the state legislature. As is the case in the centre, a bill must be passed by both houses either without amendments or with such amendments only as are agreed to by both houses except in the case of deadlock. If a bill has been passed by the Legislative Assembly and transmitted to the Legislative Council, rejected by the Council more than 3 months passed from the date on which the bill is laid before the Council without the bill being passed by it. The bill is passed by the Council with amendments to which the Legislative Assembly does not agree. The Assembly passes the bill again in the same manner or in a subsequent session, with or without amendments suggested by the Council. The decision of the lower house prevails in regard to any bill, and the upper house has only a suspensive vote for some time. A bill pending in the legislature of a state does not lapse by the reason of the prorogation of the House. A bill pending in the Legislative Council of a state which has not been passed does not lapse on the dissolution of the Assembly. However, a bill pending in the Legislative Assembly or having been passed by it is pending in the Legislative Council does not lapse in the dissolution of the Legislative Assembly. Money bill. The definition given in under Article 199 is similar to those in Article 110 relating to the union legislation. Like union legislature, a money bill must originate in the lower houses of the state legislative assembly. A money bill cannot organize in the legislative council. After a money bill has been passed by the legislative assembly, it shall be transmitted to the legislative council for its recommendations. The legislative council must return the bill to the legislative assembly with its recommendations within a period of 14 days from the date of its receipt of the bill. The Legislative Assembly may either accept or reject all or any of the recommendations of the Legislative Council. If the Legislative Assembly accepts any of the recommendations of the Legislative Council, the money bill shall be deemed to have been passed by both houses with the amendments recommended by the Legislative Council and accepted by the Legislative Assembly. If the Legislative Assembly rejects all the recommendations of the councils, the money bill shall be deemed to have been passed by both houses in the form in which it was passed by both legislative assembly. But if a bill is not returned by the council within 14 days, it shall be deemed to have been passed by both houses at the expiration of such period in the form in which it was originally passed by the legislative assembly under Article 198 and 199. If any question arises whether a bill is a money bill or not, the decision of the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly shall be final under Article 199 Clause 3. There shall be endorsement on every bill when it is sent to the Legislative Council and presented to the Governor for assent. The certificate of the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly is signed by him that is a money bill under Article 199 Clause 4. The decision of the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly that the bill in question was a money bill is final. The certification cannot be disputed and the procedure of state legislature cannot be questioned by virtue of Article 212. The procedure matter in view of Article 252 do not render invalid an act after the assent of the President or the Governor, as the case may be regarding the money bill. The contention that it was passed by the Legislative Assembly only is unacceptable. Here, the veto powers of the Governor. The Governor may assent to the bill passed by the state legislature. He may declare that he withholds his assent, in which case it fails to become law. In case of a bill other than a money bill, may return it for reconsideration by the state legislature with a message. If the legislature again passes the bill with or without amendments, Governor shall have no other alternative than to declare his assent to it, instead of either assenting to withholding assent from or returning the bill for reconsideration by the state legislature. The Governor may reserve a bill for consideration of the President in any case he thinks fit. Such reservation is, however, obligatory if the bill is so much derogatory to the powers of the High Court that it would endanger the constitutional position of the High Court if the bill become law. Once the Governor reserves a bill for the President's consideration, the subsequent enactment of the bill is in the hands of the President. and the governor shall have no further part in the career. The governor's power to make ordinance having the force of an act of state legislature is similar to ordinance making power of the president. The governor shall have this power only when the legislature or both houses thereof are not in session. The ordinance making power is not a discretionary power, but must be exercised with the aid and advice of the minister. The ordinance must be laid before the state legislature when it reassembles and shall automatically cease to have effect at the expiration of 6 weeks from the date of reassembly unless disapproved earlier by that legislature. The governor himself shall be competent to withdraw the ordinance at any time. The scope of ordinancing power of the governor is coexistence with the legislative power of the state legislature and shall be conformed to the subjects in list 2 and 3 of schedule 7. The peculiarity of the ordinance making power of governor is that he cannot make ordinance without instructions from the president if a bill containing the same provisions would, under the constitution, have required the previous sanction of the president for the introduction thereof into the legislature. The governor would have deemed it necessary to reserve a bill containing the same provisions for the consideration of the president. An act of legislature of the state containing the same provisions would under this constitution have been invalid unless, having been reserved for the consideration of the president, it had received the assent of the president. Powers of the privilege of state legislature. The privileges of the legislature of a state are similar to those of the Union Parliament inasmuch as constitutional provisions under Article 105 and 194. The question of the privileges of a state legislature has been brought into the notice of the public, particularly in relation to the power of the legislature to punish for contempt and the jurisdiction of the courts in respect thereof. Though all aspects of this question have not yet been settled, the following propositions may be formulated from decisions of the Supreme Court. Each house of the state legislature has power to punish for breach of its privileges for contempt. Each house is the sole judge of the question whether any of its privileges has, in particular case, been infringed, and the court has no jurisdiction to interfere with the decision of the House on this point. The court cannot interfere with any action taken for contempt unless the legislature at its duty authorized officer is seeking to assent a privilege not known to the law of Parliament. No house of the legislature has, however, the power to create for itself any new privilege not known to the law, and the courts possess the power to determine whether the house in fact possesses a particular privilege. It is also competent for a High Court to entertain a petition for habeas corpus under Article 226 or for the Supreme Court under Article 32 challenging the legality of a sentence imposed by a legislature for contempt on the ground that it has violated a fundamental right of the petitioner and to release the petitioner on bail pending disposal of that petition. But once a privilege is held to exist, it is for the House to judge the occasion and its manner of exercise. The court cannot interfere with an erroneous decision by the House or its Speaker in respect of its privilege. Language to be used in legislature. Article 210. The business of the legislature of a state shall be transacted in the official language or language of the state or Hindi or English. The Speaker of the Legislative Assembly or the Chairman of a Legislative Council may permit any member who cannot adequately express himself in any of the aforesaid language to address the Houses in his mother tongue. Article 202 to 207. Procedure in financial matters. In financial matters, the procedure in the state is similar to that of the Union. The procedure for the submission of the annual financial statement or the passing the Annual Appropriation Act votes of credit. Votes on accounts and supplementary grants, etc., is analogous to that in the Union under Article 112. General rules of procedure. As in the case of the center, a house of the legislature of a state has right to make rules for regulating its procedure and the conduct of its business. These rules are subject to the provisions of the Constitution under Article 208. The validity of any proceedings in legislature shall not be called in question on the grounds of alleged irregularity of the procedure under Article 212. No discussion shall take place in the legislature of the state with respect to the conduct of any judge of the Supreme Court or of a High Court in the discharge of his duty under Article 211. Thank you.